It was Saturday past midnight. A man enters Thrissur Pudukadu police station in India with a bag in his arms. He said the bag contains skeletal remains of two newborn babies. He was obviously drunk and police didn't believe him. But due to responsibility, police had to check the bag. And when they did, it was indeed the remains of two newborn babies. The moment the remains were confirmed, police alerted higher officials. They immediately began questioning the man, Bhavin, aged between 24 and 26. He told them the babies were his and that their mother was a woman named Anisha, aged between 21 to 22. Let's start from the beginning. Year 2020. Anisha and Bhavin met each other on Facebook. They became good friends and quickly lovers. She was a lab technician and he was a plumber. They had plans to get married, but when Anisha informed her mother about the relationship, her mother actually forbade it. Despite the disapproval, their love continued, and in the year 2021, Anisha became pregnant. Anisha didn't tell anyone. Nobody knows why, but she didn't tell her family, her friends, or she didn't even consult a doctor. Using her knowledge as a lab technician, she conducted her own pregnancy tests, and whenever she had confusions regarding the pregnancy, she watched YouTube tutorials and took care of herself. Now that nobody knows that she is pregnant, she has to hide her belly. So she started wearing very loose clothes, even tied a cloth tight around her waist to hide the bump. Her condition, PCOD, which causes erratic weight gain and loss, helped her mask the pregnancy. She barely left the house. She thought she had hidden it well, but later, a neighbor named Girija revealed she had suspected the pregnancy. Despite this, Anisha's own mother, who lived in the same house, claimed she had no idea about the matter. November 6, 2021. Anisha was in the bathroom of her home, watching YouTube videos on how to deliver a baby. She gave birth to a baby boy. She initially told Bhavin and later the police that the baby was stillborn. The umbilical cord had strangled him. Bhavin believed her, but under interrogation, Anisha revealed the truth. The baby was alive. She placed her arm over his tiny face and suffocated him to death. Now standing in the bathroom, holding the lifeless body of her child, Anisha put the baby in a plastic bucket. She went to the backyard to dig a pit. But midway, she noticed her neighbor Girija, the one I mentioned earlier, watching from a distance. Anisha paused, pretended nothing unusual, and went to the other end of the house to dig another pit, where she finally buried the baby. Later, when Girija spoke about her suspicions to other neighbors, Anisha filed a police complaint against her for defamation. The police mediated the matter. They quickly brought in compromise between both the parties. But 8 months later, Bhavin actually felt guilty. He at least wanted to do the final rites and help the baby's soul find peace. So Bhavin, somewhere around July 2022, asked Anisha to give him the remains of the baby. She handed them over, but Bhavin didn't perform any rites. Instead, he buried the bones in the backyard of his home in Ambalur. Even though Bhavin and Anisha went through so much, their relationship went strong. In the year 2024, April, Anisha became pregnant again. They did the same thing as before. They informed nobody about the pregnancy. She took care of her pregnancy watching YouTube tutorials, and once again, she killed the baby. She didn't tell Bhavin the truth, only that the baby had died during pregnancy. But this time, Bhavin gave her instructions. Don't bury this one at your home. Bring the baby to mine. Once Anisha recovered enough to ride her scooter, she carried the dead baby in a bag to Bhavin's home. He took the bag and buried the second child next to the first one. Now, two babies lay in his backyard. Over time, Bhavin's suspicions grew. Two babies, both dead. His instincts told him something was wrong. He began to suspect Anisha, but he couldn't put a finger on it. The relationship began to rot. Bhavin found out that Anisha had a spare phone during January. He also got the wind of the news that she was planning to actually marry someone else. This actually ticked him in the wrong way. He began to suspect that Anisha had deliberately killed both children so that she doesn't end up with Bhavin. He began to harass and blackmail her constantly. One Saturday, When Bhavin called Anisha, her number was busy for a long time. When Bhavin asked, she said she was talking to a female relative. But Bhavin, drunk and paranoid, didn't believe her. He told her, "I will not let you live in peace." Anisha grew anxious. She tried calling again and again. She even reached out to his friends and family, but no one was of any help. And then, that night, Bhavin walked into the police station, bag in hand, skeletons inside. He told them everything. At first, police were skeptical, but lab tests confirmed it. However, forensic experts also clarified that with just skeletal remains, it's impossible to prove the cause of death, which meant no murder charges will be pinned on Anisha. Police also began looking into another disturbing angle: Anisha's age during the birth of the first child. If she was under 18 at the time, then Bhavin could face statutory rape charges regardless of consent. His age is currently reported between 24 and 26. It was clear that he was an adult during the birth of first child. This could change everything for Bhavin. Is there a reason that comes to your mind that could actually solve this psychological puzzle? Comment down below and help me figure it out. Thank you for watching Scam Script. See you in the next one.